Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to my latest bread video. And in this one I'll be making this fantastic and delicious and pretty easy to make spiced fruit loaf. You can view the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. I'll leave a link in the description under the video, or you can click on the eye icon top right of the screen to take you directly to the recipe page. Before I go any further, I'd like to give a quick shout out to this week's Patreon and PayPal donators, and they are Tommy Richards, Matthew Cunningham, Paul Cunane, Patricia Younger and Ron Skingley. Thanks again guys, I really do appreciate all your support. And with that out of the way, let's get on with today's recipe. Right, and the first job is to test that your yeast is alive and well. And I'll start by beating the egg, then adding it to the milk. And the next to go into the milk is the sugar, and give that a good mix until it's dissolved. And now I'll microwave this mixture for about 30 seconds on full power. The temperature you're looking for is around 40 degrees Celsius, that's 104 Fahrenheit. And mine's around 39 degrees Celsius, which is close enough. And now I'll add the yeast to the lukewarm milk. Whatever you do, don't add the yeast before you put the mixture in the microwave. Now for this recipe you can use instant or active dried yeast. If you want to use fresh yeast you'll need 25 grams or just under 1 ounce. I'll give that a good mix and set it aside for 5 to 10 minutes until it becomes nice and foamy. While waiting for the yeast to proof, I'll mix the dry ingredients together. You should be able to get this mixed spice powder pretty much anywhere, but if you can't, it's made up of equal quantities of the spices shown on the screen. Now add the salt and mix those together. For the fruit, I'm using this dried mixed fruit and candied peel cake mix. I'm pretty sure you can find this or something very similar where you live. Now I'll mix those into the flour too, and that's everything prepared and ready to go. Now you can knead this by hand, but it is quite a sticky dough, so I'll be using my KitchenAid mixer to do mine. First I'll add the yeast mixture, and as you can see it's starting to form up nicely, meaning it's good and healthy. If yours doesn't form up after 10 minutes, the yeast must be dead and it needs replacing. Next to go in is the oil. You can use the same weight in softened butter if you prefer, followed by the flour mixture. Now this is a relatively small amount, so it's okay to add all of the flour at once. Right, with the dough hook attached, I'll set the machine away on its slowest setting. And after about 45 seconds it comes together into quite a sticky dough. Now I'll set the stopwatch away so you can see exactly how long it takes. What you're looking for is for the dough to completely release from the sides of the bowl, and that should take about 12 minutes. After 6 minutes, not much change. And after 10 minutes, starting to come away from the sides. The gluten strands are starting to bond together. After 13 minutes, the sides are clear and the dough is done, so I'll switch off the machine and get it out. And now I'll scrape it off the dough hook onto a lightly floured surface. With a little flour on the dough, I'll form it into a ball. Then I'll get it into a lightly oiled bowl, coat the top of the dough ball in oil as shown, and I'll cover the bowl with my trusty shower cap. And this is my latest extra strong proofing colour, and these along with other equipment used in my videos are available on the channel's website. So if you're interested in any of the equipment that I use in the videos, I'll leave a link in the description box to the website shop, or just click on the eye icon top right of your screen. It's just another way you can support the channel and get something tangible out of it. Any and all profits go right back into the videos. Now set your timer for 60 minutes. It may take longer than this depending on the temperature of your kitchen, but it does need at least 60 minutes. Right, this is what mine looks like after 1 hour. And to give you some reference, the temperature of my kitchen is 22 degrees Celsius, that's 72 Fahrenheit. Right, I'll turn it out of the bowl onto a lightly floured surface. Sprinkle a little flour on the dough and knock it back. That simply means force the gas out of it. Now form it into a fat sausage shape so it fits the pre-prepared 900 gram or 2 pound well greased loaf tin. The dimensions of the tin are on screen. I've used lard to grease mine, but you could use butter or shortening. And if you haven't got one, I highly recommend you get yourself 1 or 2 of these scrapers. They really are a must in the modern kitchen for all sorts of uses, and they are especially useful in bread making. Now sprinkle a little flour on the top of the dough and cover it with a dry, lightweight cloth. And set your timer for a further 60 minutes, or until the dough has reached about 1.5 inches above the top of the tin. When there's only 10 minutes left on the rise, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, that's 355 Fahrenheit or gas mark 4. I'm setting mine to 160 Celsius as my oven's fan assisted and it runs about 20 degrees hotter than indicated on the dial. Once your dough has nicely risen like mine, get it straight into the preheated oven and set your timer for 30 minutes. When the time's up, get this beauty out of the oven. And once you've finished admiring the size, shape and smell of this fantastic loaf of bread, carefully pop it out of the tin and onto a wire rack. One extra step I like to do with this type of bread while it's still hot is to give the top of the loaf a coat of glaze using a 50-50 mix of sugar and water or lemon juice. Right, that's the glaze complete, so I let it cool for at least 30 minutes and come back and give it a try. Before I get back to the video recipe, I'd just like to say I'll be away on holiday for the next 10 days or so there won't be a video for a couple of weeks. But I will be back shortly after that, rested and ready to go with a new recipe. However, I will try to answer as many comments as I can via my phone, as long as she doesn't confiscate it. And here we go, time to give this very special bread a taste. Soon as you slice into this style of bread, you get an instant waft of those aromatic spices. It really is quite wonderful. Now I'll get a good helping of my homemade butter on and have a little taste. Also, this bread is very nice toasted with strawberry jam. And just as I knew it would be, it's absolutely delicious. And so simple to make as long as you stick to the recipe and pay close attention to the quantities by using digital scales for all of the measurements, including the liquids. I know I keep saying it, but weighing the ingredients is vital to a good, successful result every time. And oh yes, this gets a very big thumbs up. And once again, please consider supporting my Patreon appeal for as little as $2 per month. Or if you prefer, you can make a one-off small donation using my PayPal page. It really does go a long way towards ingredients and production costs, as every penny pledged goes back into my videos. And whether you've donated or not, thanks again for your wonderful support in watching the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.